Hi guys, welcome to Seduce Mentors. My name is Ketan. So I'm starting with this XAT 2020 series on students' demand, to be very honest, and I'm also launching 30 days program for XAT. So today I intend to cover verbal because verbal has always been the pain, as far as the XAT is concerned. So today we only going to talk about verbal, and I'm going to tell you the strategy to crack verbal, also the cutoffs for verbal as far as XAT is concerned, and the detailed analysis of last 4 to 5 years. So stick around, watch this video carefully. This video can help you a lot to understand the verbal ability or the entire VARC section of XAT. Now, to begin with, let's start with the major or rather the painful area. So if you look at, we have round about 5 years analysis out here. So that's 15, 16, 17 and 18 and 19. So if you look at reading comprehension, that is going to be the number one thing that we need to focus on. Now, from last 5 years, if we start with 2015, so this number has gone down. So it's 18 to 12 now. And I expect to have reading comprehension in the same. So you can get reading comprehension number of questions somewhere between 12 to 13. Max to max, it can go up to 14, but cannot expect more than that. So you can expect around about 12 to 13 questions. Now, the major problem with reading comprehension is how do you tackle it? Because the level of difficulty is high every year. And to my surprise, every year it is becoming tougher and tougher. So if you look at 17 was 2019 RC of XAT was actually tougher than 18, 17, 16 and 15. So the LOD of reading comprehension or verbal as a section comparatively is increasing year on year. And that's the reason it's imperative for everyone to understand that how do you tackle reading comprehension. Now, as far as reading comprehension is concerned, I'll give you a couple of tips today. Number one that you need to understand is that you are not supposed to attempt all the questions which are there in the reading comprehension. You have 12 questions given there. The good attempt, somebody who's actually about to crack the cutoff, or somebody who's actually scoring around about 99 percentile. The good attempt out of this 12 questions should be around about 7 to 8 questions. So that's the level I'm looking at. Now, if you're somebody who is an average student should be aiming at around about 4 to 5 questions. Now, again, last year we had round about 3 RCs, 4 questions each. One was doable, one was medium, and one was way tougher. Again, there are certain areas where you need to focus to get these 7 to 8 questions done easily. I will be doing this in my workshop. So the 30 days program that I'm launching, which is going to be in both the categories. So we're going to have live lectures also. We also going to have recorded lectures. So you guys are getting both the lectures out here. So we will be actually discussing all the strategies. I will be showing you actual XAT question papers and actual reading comprehension. How do you crack them with the shortcuts, and how do you optimize your score? So there is a score optimization strategy that works very well for XAT. So this is something I'm going to do in the workshop and in the upcoming video. So reading comprehension is something you cannot be really focusing at 10 or 12 questions. Even if you get 4 to 5 questions as an average student, or 6 to 7 should be more than enough. Now let's move ahead. Let's start with the grammar. So in grammar, what I've done is I've actually combined questions based on synonym, antonym, something like that. So I've kind of given you a combination out here. Again, the second most important aspect of your verbal section for XAT. Now, having said that, I think the next focus that everybody should be having is parajumble, because if you look at parajumble from last 5 years, you are getting 2 questions. Now, getting 2 questions is a big deal, because the overall cutoff for XAT section, for verbal ability of XAT, the overall cutoff is round about 7 to 8 marks. As simple as that. If you're like round about 10, then you are like 99 point, something, right? So from that perspective, this is something which is going to help you a lot. Again, para completion not been asked since so many years. I do not think that they will be asking you this year. But again, if they do ask para completion, it's going to be on an easy level. Now, something which is bizarre and something which everybody should avoid, I would always say that, this is something you should always be avoiding in verbal section of XAT, until and unless you're somebody who's really good with poems, or you're somebody who's really good with reading. So this area is always and always got to be avoided by everybody. You're not supposed to put your hands in here. Why? Because it's bizarre. It's always tough, and it consumes a lot of time. Now, after that, you have critical reasoning. This is again doable. But again, the level of difficulty is going to be very much higher. So in the upcoming workshop, we will be doing the assumption, we'll be talking about the conclusion, argument. It works on a different level. Critical reasoning for SNAP is different. Critical reasoning for XAT is altogether different. So we're going to cover these things in as far as your verbal is concerned. So RC is going to be the major chunk. If you look at, you have 26 questions in total. Right, so out of these 26 questions, you have 12 questions here coming from your reading comprehension. That is close to 40 to 45%. Getting my point, right? And that's the reason RC is something you cannot avoid. So there has to be a lot of practice, a lot of efforts to be put in for reading comprehension. But again, if you look at grammar is something scoring, parajumble is something again kind of a scoring, critical reasoning is scoring, RC, yes, definitely scoring, provided you know the strategies and you know the fundamentals or the rules as to how do you go about it. Because sometimes the RCs are not that lengthy, but for the fact the RCs are a little bit shorter, like 300 words, but they're very, very tough to understand. And that's the reason it needs a kind of a strategy, kind of, because if you're going to keep reading the entire RC, you are going to spend, or rather you're going to waste a lot of time. And that's the reason it's an exam wherein you got to be very choosy. And trust me, this is the only exam. This is the only exam which I think has a best type management skills. And that's the reason XAT is, I think, toughest of all all the management entrance exam. Here, you have to have a great time management if you really want to crack it, right? And that's the reason it's very important that you should know the shortcuts, you should know the fundamentals and strategy for all the section. I will be making the next video for Quants also. Now, if you are interested in joining my the online workshop wherein the lectures are going to be live and you will also be getting the recorded lectures. Also, along with that, you will be getting mocks. You will be getting day-to-day strategy. We will be talking about a lot of shortcuts and strategy as to how do you kind of crack that. Along with decision making, along with quants, everything is included here, right? So if anybody is interested, can join us. But again, verbal is something you guys will have to pay lot of attention, right? Now, last but not the least, yes, if you have any questions, you can get in touch over here. Do subscribe to my channel for a couple of more XAT videos as far as the strategy and the rules or the fundamentals are concerned. So I will be posting a couple of more videos like quant decision making, what are the areas, how you should be kind of, clearing the cutoff. So yeah, so if you're interested, you can join the workshop 30 days program that we are launching, and do subscribe to the channel for more XAT videos. Thank you so much.